Hello, and here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Red Dirt Ranch. We're just inside the house here that's on Red Dirt Ranch. I know I've seen this house somewhere before, but I can't quite place it here. But, yeah, interesting house inside here. Liquid soap. Oh, farm liquid soap, too. Yeah, oh my, okay. Also, I noticed the water thing here. Like, that's interesting. Anyway. Yeah, getting back to work here again this episode, everyone. Since last episode, finished planting up the corn here on field, let's see, 90, 98, 99 here. And we got these fields combined, so that field is finished being planted. We need to get some weed spray on that field here, hopefully this episode, some herbicide going. We're still working on plowing up field 97 here, almost done with that. Figure we'll start planting this field here this episode, hopefully. And then also we're working on harvesting field 104, which actually is taking a bit longer than I thought it should, everyone. It's taking a while over here, mainly because auto drive gets stuck at the silo. I mean, I don't know why auto drive is getting stuck there, but it's getting stuck at the silo. I don't think we had that problem in the last field, everyone, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, he's back on the field unloading here again. I did end up, as you can probably tell, saving the course, everyone, because, yeah, that was not going to happen there last episode. I thought we could maybe get that done here between episodes, but... yeah, well, typical. If auto drive and course play don't work, everyone, not as much work gets done as I like. And of course, if I don't catch it, that's what happens. So anyway, working on this field here yet this episode. He's doing, I don't know what second headland here looks like. We actually have not got much done on this field here between episodes, unfortunately. But anyway, that is rolling. Also got a plow field 96. Like all the fields need to be plowed, everyone. So we're like having to really wait on the plowing operation here at this point. Anyway, moving on from that, let's go back tab here, because actually, you know what? Let's pull you off the field. Get the engine on this one fired back up. We'll bring you over, well, actually, depends on what we want to plant, I guess. What do we want to plant? Seeing as how we got the row crop planter, might as well plant some sort of row crop. Sunflowers? Sure. We'll do some sunflowers here, and I figure we'll put that on 97 here. Which, hey, that actually works out pretty good. We're, like, right next to the field, aren't we? Oh, and I just realized, too, when I was going to paint some terrain on here. I forgot about that here between episodes. Oh, well. We'll get that done here at some point. Just leave that there for now. And we're going to go... Actually, that'll go right there. Go find our spraying... Well, actually, that's probably not a real good spraying tractor. Let's go use the cab tractor for spraying here, everyone. That seems like a better choice, especially when it's herbicide. I mean, spraying herbicide in a cabless tractor... no, thanks. No, thank you. Of course, with that being said, everyone, you know, back in the day, that's pretty much how it was always done, right? Spraying was done with cabless tractors. It wasn't till, what, the 50s, 60s, somewhere in there, right, everyone? Before, like, actually, probably, let's just say the 60s, before cab tractors were really, like, more of a standard thing. And even when they were first a thing, I mean, the cab tractors weren't, obviously, the nicest, right? Not like you were that comfortable inside of a cab tractor necessarily. Okay, let's get the fieldwork set up here. Course generation field 99. 2 headlands, yeah, that should be pretty good, I would think. And that first waypoint, of course, is facing that direction. Let's turn this around here slightly. First waypoint. Drive the course. Also, I'm still noticing that striping on the field. I'm wondering if that's actually maybe something to do with the texturing. Because again, if you look across, everyone, you can see the striping there. I don't know, everyone, if that's maybe something with the sprayer, texture, fertilizer. I don't know, everyone, if it's something with that texture or if it's actually like the field texture. I'm kind of wondering, everyone, if it's the field texture. Because you can see it there as well. Running the opposite direction as that texture. But, yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know what's up with that. Kind of like a darker and lighter alternating zebra pattern there that I'm seeing. Anyway, doesn't seem to be affecting anything. All the weeds are gone on 100 and all the rest of those fields, 100 through 103 there. Fields look like they're in pretty good shape. I guess that's just the color on the field. I was looking at that, like 102 is like a lot lighter, but I think that's just the coloring on that field. Lexia needs to be unloaded here again. How are we looking over here? Yeah, we're looking, I guess. We're looking. doing something. Almost done with that field. Like I said, we're going to move over to 96 there. Anyway, let's start planting it. I figure we'll do a little planting ourselves here this episode. Let's get some GPS set up here and grab, I think that's going to be a 90-degree course, right? No, that is not. That's going to be a 0-degree course. Okay. Getting that all kinds of wrong here lately. Auto with that. There we go. Looks like we're ready to roll. Now, this planter does have markers on it. Do the markers actually work on this planter? Yes, they do. Okay, cool. Who wants markers when you got GPS, though, right? Turn that off here a minute. There we go. Well, I've said when that's a pretty good sight rolling across the field, if you ask me. I mean, there is a red planter in the back. That's, but we'll just ignore the red planter and look at the shiny green tractor that's here. John Deere 4850. Also, I'm not entirely sure what mod is really giving me like the terrain effect. If that's built into the map here, if there's some mod that's doing that. Kind of wondering if that's built into the map, because I don't think I've added any mods lately that would have done that I know of. Then again, we've added a lot of mods on the multiplayer server here in the last couple of months here since playing 19 last, so it's possible. Possible. Oh, look at that. We can actually turn sharp enough. That's nice. That is nice when you can actually turn sharp enough to get that row there. Wow, that's a lot of dirt coming out of the back of that planter. Okay. And from the looks of the map here, when we're not putting down a whole... Oh, actually, you know what? Speaking of fertilizer, I just looked at something here. Fertilizer for 104. Looks like our fertilizer actually did take effect here, didn't it? I was just looking at that, everyone. One moment here. Getting distracted. Yield. Okay, yeah, the yield isn't too bad. Nitrogen, yes. Our fertilizer, I don't think it maybe applied the full amount. Well, actually, maybe it did apply the full amount. I mean, hard to say here. It might have applied the full amount needed for the wheat. Don't remember how much wheat needs, everyone, but there is definitely fertilizer on that field. If you compare it to 105, on 105, I did not put fertilizer on. The 105 was already grown, so I don't think it would have taken it. Again, typically, from what I've noticed, everyone, it seems like with the precision farming DLC, you cannot put fertilizer on once the field is grown. Previously, before that, everyone, like if you had just acquired the land, just started the map, it was like a 50-50 shot as to whether it would work or not. Sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't. And as I've always said before, if it will, it's definitely worth putting fertilizer on the field before you harvest it if you can, because again, everyone, that'll essentially double your yield. Don't know if it'll quite double your yield with the precision farming DLC or not, because again, precision farming kind of changes up all those numbers, right? But still, everyone, it's definitely worth trying if you can. So, and I think that was and again, field 104, that one was not ready to harvest yet. It was in the last growth stage, so that's how we were able to get that one fertilized, and I think that paid off quite well, hopefully. Otherwise, we probably would have been looking at a much poorer yield. Speaking of which, the way it's looking right now, it looks like we're looking at a pretty decent yield. We're in the, looks like maybe 105 there, 110, 150, 115% there. I'm on 115%. That's actually higher than I thought. And maybe 80. So yeah, 85% looks like for the rest of the field there. We'll definitely take that. That's for sure. And just a reminder here again, too, by the way, if you haven't already done so, be sure to give a thumbs up to the video here. Always very much appreciated. And if you are not already subscribed, make sure you do that there as well. Again, that's always very much appreciated as well. And again, I'm really enjoying this series here so far. Really enjoying playing on this map. So hope you folks are enjoying the map here as well. Definitely look forward to getting into some more of the advanced features this map has here in the future episodes. For now, we're just going to kind of get the farming squared away and situated, which I think we're looking pretty good here, everyone. We got some nice land to farm here at this point. The area we got here, we're making some nice fields out of that. And then the area, can we get 106? I wonder how much the land that is down here. Okay, let's see, that's 775,000. Looks like that might be a good chunk of land to get at some point as well, everyone. No use for this stuff up here, I don't think, unless there are trees up there. I guess that's forestry. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Pay attention where we're going. Oops. Didn't realize we're at the end of the field, right? Nothing to see, everyone. Nothing to see. We'll have to plow into that. Yep. Take care of that. Oops. Something we can actually do with that here. Headland mode, if we just put it on stop, that should help stop, possibly. That way when Randy's off wandering, looking at other menus, everyone... Oops. Anyway, oh yes, looking at the trees, it looks like that's probably a good forestry section. For anyone looking for some good forestry, looks like this map has that offer as well. Again, Red Dirt Ranch, everyone. It is an Oklahoma-based map. Don't think I actually have a download link down below for it, but again, a quick internet search, everyone, you should have no problem finding this map, Red Dirt Ranch. Seems like a really nicely well-done map, and like I said, there are some advanced features on the map. Including one of the ones I want to check out. Definitely want to check out those pivots, everyone, on the circular fields. As I said before, I don't believe I've ever done a fully circular field before, I don't think, everyone. So, kind of curious to see how that's going to go. Give that maybe a try with course play and hired workers and... Okay, everyone, and we are back here. Apparently, I ran out of disk space, so oopsie. I don't know how much you folks missed there. Hopefully not too much. Actually, it looks like it might have been about 5 minutes there. Yeah, whoops. Whoops. Oh, well. Anyway, back to planting here again, everyone. Just finished taking care of the combine there. Auto drive was stuck at the unload spot there. Finished adjusting those waypoints there slightly and was discussing that here. So we'll see if auto drive will work this time or not. I don't know why it's getting stuck, everyone, over there, but it's not necessarily getting stuck, everyone. It's just, it gets to the end, everyone, and it's not continuing on. I don't know why. So it finishes unloading and then just stays there. So it's not stuck on anything that I could tell. Not seeing any warning messages, errors, anything like that. It's just stop. Carry on 6-3. Okay, what are you? Well, actually, let's rehire you here a minute just so this keeps going. Oh, that's probably our spraying tractor, isn't it? You are done spraying. Perfect. Let's get you stopped. We'll maybe run you over to field 97 here a minute. We'll need the spray over here momentarily. And then we can probably take back over here for the spraying, or the planting tractor here again. Maybe run a quick check, see how all the rest of the tractors are running here a moment. We got, what do we got? 3 tractors running here at the moment. We're not quite running everything we could be, but... Okay, and yeah, obviously I'm not going to get him going there just as of yet. We'll wait till we're done planting. Let's go check and see how everything else is going. Oh, back tab actually takes to that one. Okay. Yeah, plowing. You're making your way around the field here. Don't think I lost this part of one, but if I did, I'd move the white tractor here from field 97, finish plowing field 97, moving over to 96, field 96 here. Got the white here on the John Deere disc plowing this field up. Again, almost all the fields need to be plowed here. Everyone. Actually, all the fields that came with the farm when we first started needed to be plowed. I don't think 104, 105. Yeah, 104 or 105 do not need to be plowed. So that's kind of nice. And yes, there's that's auto drive. Have to figure out, hopefully I want to see once he's full again, why he is stopping at the silo there, not continuing on when he's empty. It's getting kind of annoying, but oh well. See if we can adjust that course some more if he continues to get stuck there. And yeah, this field is definitely taking a while to harvest. It doesn't help when auto drive keeps getting stuck there. As I've said before, when auto drive typically tends to work really well, and just there's certain little things here and there, everyone. Like when it comes to unloading combines, it is not particularly quick about. And then there's always the issue of it stopping in places, which I don't quite understand that one either. But sometimes it'll stop at a point, sell point, unload point, whatever it might be, and just it stays there. It's like, why are you staying there? What's the problem? What's in the way? What's not lining up right? Hard to say, right? Hard to say. And again, it's kind of annoying because, again, it was working fine here on the last field. Well, not 97. It wasn't working so well in 97. That was more of a field issue, though. And I'm going to realign that GPS. It looks like it's over quite a bit. But what field was it again? 99? 98. I think it was 98, everyone. Worked perfectly fine for that field. Oh, speaking of realigning the GPS there, everyone. It's interesting here how the hired workers definitely do not maximize the width of the implement they're using. Of course, everyone, I probably shouldn't complain about that there too much, because just coming from Farming Simulator 15 here, where, oh my goodness, Evan, the amount of overlap from hired workers, it's like, whoa. I seem to vaguely remember, everyone, there being a lot more overlap in, previous versions of Farming Simulator, but wow, going back to play 15, everyone, it's like, yes, there was some serious overlap in that game. Oh my goodness, everyone, wow. Even in 19, everyone, again, typically the equipment with hired workers tends to overlap ever so slightly, and I'm not sure, everyone, if that's like a fixed number. I don't know where Giants, like, just takes, what, a half meter off every time, or how they do it, everyone, but it doesn't necessarily seem to be consistent either, because in the past, I mean, I've tried to, like, line up a GPS on that, and I've never been able to successfully get the exact number needed. It seems like it varies or something. I don't know, but... Or maybe I just don't have the fine enough control of the numbers to get it exactly what's needed, because, again, you start going across the field with a GPS, I'm trying to follow a hired worker, and it never lines up quite right. Again, unlike course play, if you do it with course play, you have that number. Yeah, unfortunately, you know what the number is. And you can line it up with GPS and it'll work, but... But yeah, going back to Farming Sim 15 there, everyone. Don't know how much hired workers overlap there, but it is like a quarter of the header or something like that on the big combines there. And it's like, oh my goodness, wow, talk about some overlap on that. That is a bit ridiculous. Now, with that being said, with the Precision Farming DLC here, supposedly there's that little GPS shack you put down, everyone, that is supposed to help with that. I don't know. From the best we can tell, everyone, it doesn't look like it does anything. It's just a placeable that does nothing. That's the best we can tell, but not sure on that one. And, according to the tooltips, it's supposed to improve hired worker efficiency or AI driving efficiency, right? But not that we can tell, but it doesn't seem to actually do anything. Still a pretty good looking plant setup here, if you ask me. I wouldn't, even though it is a red planter. Don't worry, I'll still hold it against it, everyone. Red planter, after all, And just a reminder here, too, by the way, if you'd like to join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, again, everyone, you're welcome to do so. We are currently looking for a new map here on the multiplayer server at the time I'm recording this here. Not sure what map that'll be. We've finished up on the Newland, Texas map here at this point, everyone. For those of you who watch the live streams on that, we ended up with over, at least at the time I'm recording this, over 12,000. We should be at almost 13,000 cows here. Almost 13,000 cows, everyone. Yes, 13,000 cows on Newland, Texas. We beat our goal here. Our previous goal, everyone, was 10,600 cows. That was our previous record back in Farming Simulator 17, everyone. That also was a Texas map, by the way, Northwest Texas, I believe it was. We had 10,600 and some odd cows on that map. Our goal was to beat that, and somehow, everyone, we actually managed to beat that here in Farming Sim 19. I was a little bit questionable as to whether we could do that or not, everyone. Again, given the limitations of the game, not so much as to whether we could do it, everyone. It was more of a game limitation question there. But with some tweaks and some extra mods, everyone, we were able to do that. Mods, well, actually 2 mods in particular. Maybe 3, I guess, in some ways. 2 mods in particular. One that let us put down more than 10 pins. Now, we actually ended up not having to put down 10 pins. I think we got 8. I think we're at 8 cow pens, if I remember correctly. So we actually didn't need the mod that let us put down more cow pens. We do have a mod that allows you to put more than 500 cows per pen. There's some debate as to whether or not that mod is needed. It looks like it is, everyone. From my understanding here, it looks like based on the bit limitation set in the game, everyone, it's not possible to have more than 500 and some odd cows in a pen. And that mod changes that, everyone, so you can have more than 500 cows to a pen. So that being said, everyone, we got some cow pastures we have modified to hold 1,500 cows. So just bump that number up from, I think it was probably originally 500, and we stuck a 1 on it, and 1,500 cows they now hold. So that's how we managed to get the number of cows we ended up with, everyone. And like I said, made a heavy use of auto drive on that map. It was definitely a lot of fun. But at this point, I think we're ready to be done with cows on the multiplayer server for a little bit. That was a lot of cows, everyone. Curious, everyone, as to whether or not anyone else has broken that record here, not in Farming Simulator 19. Like I said, I've nearly 13,000 cows. And I know everyone, well, you might be thinking, well, that don't sound like that, but yeah, go ahead and try it, everyone. You folks, go ahead and try 13,000 cows, and we'll see what you say that that's not that many cows. As for the next map on the multiplayer server there, by the way, I'm going to kind of look at maybe like a little bit of a light production map of some sorts there. Try something a little bit different there again. Do some productions. And at least at this point, we do not have a map picked out. So yeah, again, reminder, everyone, if you'd like to join us on the multiplayer servers, RDAllen TeamSpeak server information is down below in the description there. Again, anyone is welcome to join, as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. And don't forget to, everyone, if you'd like to follow along on the multiplayer episodes, you can find those over on Twitch. Again, RDAllen on Twitch is where you can find that content. Again, RDAllen on Twitch, link is down below. Of course, you can just go over to Twitch there and search for RDAllen. At least when I have time, everyone. We live stream typically during the week, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is internet allowing too, I should add. At least as of late, everyone. Actually, pretty much like the last 6 months, I would say. My internet has been really bad, everyone. Really bad. So, unfortunately, not much I can do about it at this point other than call my internet provider and complain to them some more. Which, obviously, I've done quite a bit of that, so getting a little tired of that. That hopefully will change this fall, though, and this fall, or this later this year, maybe early next year is hopefully when that'll change. And hopefully we'll have much better internet. Okay, we'll read a few comments here in a moment, everyone, before we wrap this episode up here. Again, I'm not entirely sure time-wise where I'm at here, everyone, so I don't know how much I lost on the first segment there. It looks like, unfortunately, I might have lost a good section, everyone, but we'll read a couple of comments, then we'll wrap it up here for this episode. Oh, boy. Starting off with a great comment here. Right from a console himself. You know it's going to be good when it's from a console, right, everyone? It's a lot to see what's here. Make sure you take your medication, everyone, before you read comments from a console, right? McConsole is saying at this point, McConsole's looking in the rear view mirror to see if he can see RDAllen in his challenge. Yeah, the funny thing about this, everyone, is McConsole's so far behind at this point, it's not even funny. RDAllen has already completed the challenge. It's like a week and a half ago here at this point. Little does McConsole know. Yes, rear view mirror. That's the problem. You're looking in the rear view mirror there, McConsole. If you look out front, well, you won't even see me in the front. I'm so far ahead. Actually, so far ahead when we're actually done. That's the ticket, right? Okay, we should be good to spray this field here now. I don't think we have any fields ready to be planted yet. We got to wait for that plowing to occur. Again, we got all the fields like need to be plowed, everyone. So, yep. Oh well. Let's get you going here. Course generation field 97. 97. There we go. Yeah, we'll do 2 headlands again. That should be pretty good. And of course, you're facing that direction. Of course, you would be. Breaking No Gaming was saying, nice video. Thank you very much for that. Jim was saying, great video as always. Keep up the great work. Custom Modding has released their Demco 22 series grain cart for FS19. Says it can be found on the official Giants mod hub. And yes, I did see that. Looks like a nice grain cart. Maybe once we grow this farm here a little bit, we'll have to check that one out. Anyway, I think on that note, we're going to wrap this episode up here. So again, everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And till next time.